Hi everybody, this is after the firewalk. So I can tell you that Tony is not being funny when he when he starts telling us all these jokes about how he got burned himself and what type of stupid mistakes he made, and then explicitly mentioning the the degrees of in Fahrenheit and Celsius of the hot coals, and then even comparing it to a stove. And he was a little bit too graphic for me. I mean, I just had to sometimes like I am not listening to Tony. And so I noticed that there's a lot of theory, a lot of the six human needs, the triad, all the things that we know, that we study, and that we of course apply in our life. But then when you have to make this symbolic gesture of really breaking through that fear and just say, if I think I can't, I must, that type of attitude, and totally building your state to be prepared to do what you think you cannot do. I mean, it didn't help that he was being really funny and just giving those like a few examples of how people got burned, and I just like, I wish I could have laughed nervously. But for instance, my friend who was with me next to me, Klaus, he was saying things like burnt flesh. I said, don't say that. I don't want to know anything about burnt flesh. I don't want that in my mind. So I had to like really, I it was a training. It was a training in focus. And I can tell you that, there's a lot of physical activity there. There's a lot of exercises around changing your state, and like seconds, like go to being bored, go to being, high state, peak state, go to being bored, go to peak state. And so it was really amazing to see how quickly we could change our state. And of course there were a few interventions. So there was an intervention about somebody with identity of trauma, and that intervention was very good as well, because I mean, we've been studying a lot of the videos around how people how people do their emotions, and we've seen it again today. And there was another intervention around presence, a man that was not being present, and his wife, of course, in the you know feminine testing way, giving him the wrong request, and how it affected their marriage. And but he just wasn't present, he wasn't in his masculine energy. And the interventions were so quick, and it was just like, wow. I mean, we've been studying this, and so I actually knew what he was doing, and it was like he did it in like less than half an hour. It was really good. It was really good to see that, if we're traumatized, we don't have to make that our identity. If we are, like, if we're coaching somebody or we're trying to help somebody, it doesn't have to take a lifetime. And so the other thing that I wanted to share was that, I mean, there's a lot of things around getting yourself in a peak state. And I can tell you that there was a voice in me that was like, I want to play like 50% because I don't really feel like it. But you know what? I kept thinking about, and if I don't do it, I might get burnt. I might die. So I was like, every time the music was on and he was like, go 100%, bring down the roof. And I was going full out because I was just shitting my pants. I was shitting my pants. And it was just very scary. So, but I'm glad I did it. There was an amazing community of people that were like, we were all joking, we were laughing, we were singing, we were hugging each other. Of course, we all know that this would happen, but if you are, mentally preparing yourself to go do the firewalk, metaphorically leaving your fears behind, I mean, it means a lot. And I can say that I think next time that I have these fears again, like worries, I'm not good enough, I'm not lovable, I'm too ugly, and nobody accepts me, blah blah blah, all these bullshit stories, I will definitely think about my firewalk, and I will think about the commitment that I made, that I don't want to live that way, because my purpose is to really be an example for all the people that I work with and all the people that know me, and to actually really, be the best of myself. And I know that some people think that that is about masturbation, but I mean, being in a state of worry and bullshit excuses and doubting myself, it doesn't feel good. And I think although I have been living like that for a while, where I just like manage my state very well, but I think the little pieces, were still there in terms of my patterns. And my patterns are not me, and your patterns are not you. You can choose between patterns, and you can change it in a heartbeat. And we learned that today. So, and this is just day one. So, thank you for listening. It was a very beautiful day, and I have a lot of respect for Tony Robbins. I think he's a very, an enlightened master. That's all I can say. So, anyways, see you later tomorrow. Have more videos. Bye.